Hello, welcome to the SOAPe Platinum Plus Video Learning Center. Today I'll be showing you how to configure your software properly before using it for the first time. We'll also discuss some of the various settings and options available to users, which will allow you to customize the software to suit the needs of your office. You should have already downloaded and installed the software prior to watching this video. What we're going to do first is click the icon on the desktop to launch SOAPe Platinum Plus software for the first time. And the first screen you'll see is a clinic information screen, which asks you for some basic information. So we're going to go ahead and fill this screen out. And once we've filled out the clinic information, we're going to click the Save button. And the next screen is going to be provider information. So we're going to just fill this out, and this is going to apply to the doctor in the office. And if you like, you can actually add a signature file that will appear in the bottom of most of the reports. What you would need to do is just sign a piece of paper, scan it into your computer, and then browse for the location of that signature, and it will import. You can also click on this and actually do a digital signature if you prefer. So you can see how that works. Once we've entered the provider information, we're going to click the Save button. And we're going to be prompted with one more screen, which is the user information. So we're actually going to set up a user here. And this is going to allow you to set a username and password to the application. So please do not forget your password. We cannot retrieve these for you. What you'll see here is a user role. In SOAPe Platinum Plus software, you can assign various roles for different users. So we are going to assign the admin role to this doctor here, and that will allow him access to all of the various modules within the application. Secret question, anything you want it to be, secret answer, same thing. And you can assign your own email address here as well. And once we've completed the user information, we're going to click the Save button. Once again, do not forget the login name and the password. You will need these to access the application. And we're going to log in now. And the first screen you're going to see is the main dashboard of the application. The workflow view appears by default. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do prior to using the application is click the configuration right here. And once we click that, we're going to want to go to clinic information. And as you can see, we've already entered this information, but you can just check it to make sure that everything is correct. If you need to make any changes, just simply add the changes and click the Save button, and that will update your clinic information. The next tab over is clinic hours. Default hours are set Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12. You're able to change these hours. Let's say we want to stay open until 1 o'clock, so we would just adjust that to 1. And also, if we had a break in between, let's say on Monday, we could split this. And we could go maybe 8 o'clock until 1, and then we could come back in the office at 3, and we could work until, let's say, 6. So that's a split for you. So 8 to 1, 3 to 6. Once you're done with that, you're going to click the Save button right here, and that's going to update everything. Don't worry about this message. Just click Yes. We'll adjust provider schedule after. The tab next to this is Clinic Holidays. If you have any specific holidays that you want to block off on the scheduler, you can do so. You're just basically going to come down here. You're going to enter a start date. Could be Christmas, whatever you want it to be, an end date, and then a description for the holiday. And once you do that, you're going to click the Save button. Next here, we want to click the provider information. And we've already entered this. Once again, you can tick off this checkbox, click the Edit button right here. And if you need to make any changes, you can do so from here. Or if you wanted to come back and import a signature, once again, you can do that from this screen. So we're just going to save this. Next is the provider hours. First thing we want to do is select the provider from the list, and there is only one. Hit OK. And this is going to allow us to set Dr. Jenkins' hours. So they're by default set from 8 o'clock till 6, and once again on Saturday from 8 to 12. We could also add a split just like we did on the clinic hours here if we chose to. Once we've edited these hours to our liking, we're just going to click the Save button, and that's going to update. Now, if you get a message that the time is overlapping with the clinic's scheduled time, that means that you've scheduled provider hours outside of what you have for your clinic. So to correct this, we would just have to update the record to reflect our clinic hours, which hopefully I can remember here. And let's see what we got here. There we go. So that's taken care of. Next on the list of configuration things that we're going to take care of, if you go through the codes, you can see the ICD-9 codes. Most of them have already been entered here for you. And keep in mind there's a total of 10 pages of codes here. So by hitting these arrows, you'll be taken through all the additional codes that are in there. Most of these are chiropractic codes. If you need to edit a code, you can actually tick off the checkbox, hit the Edit button, and that will allow you to edit the category. There's several categories here, the description, and the actual code. So we're going to go back. You could also add a new one by clicking the New button, enter the code, the category, and the description, and then save it. The modifier codes, same thing. They've already been entered for you. Once again, if you need to edit one of these codes, just tick off the checkbox, hit the Edit button. That will take care of that. Point of service, you can add to any of these as well, edit any of these locations, whatever you want to do. You're pretty flexible in this section. And CPT codes, same thing. We've got a total of 4 pages of codes here. You can just scroll through and see these. If we needed to edit any of these codes, once again, click off the checkbox, go into the Edit screen, and you have several options here available to you. Assign it to a specific category to make search much easier. Whether it's an actively used one, discontinued, it won't show up if this is checked. And we always want to leave print on claim. All right, so that's pretty much the CPT codes. Next, we can click on these tabs, the attorney tabs. If you work with any specific attorneys, you can add them into the database, which will make sending them reports or statements very easy. We're just going to click this New button right here, and that's going to allow you to add all the details for, like I said, any attorneys that you may work with. Once you're done, you just click the Save button, and that will store it into the database. Same thing with referring provider. This could be if you work with any specific MDs or specialists, you would add them into here. And same thing, just click New, add the provider's details, and then when you're finished, click the Save button. And location information, this is basically what's going to appear on the claim forms. If you need to edit this, we go in there and we click the Edit button, and you can see it allows you to give it a description, all the essential information here. And once you're satisfied with these details, you're once again going to click Save. So that covers these tabs right here. You can also go into the Insurance tab and click on Insurance Companies, and we've got 2 companies by default entered here. You can add as many as you like. Once again, if you want to edit one of these, just tick off the checkbox, click the Edit, and enter all the details as needed. And same thing if you were to, if you wanted to add a new one, we would just click the New button right here, and that would allow us to enter new companies. Fee schedules, we'll talk about those in another video, but you can enter multiple fee schedules in SOAPe Platinum software. And the SMTP settings, these are basically mail transmission settings. The mail is sent by a secure application, so you can pretty much leave these settings as they are, and you should be okay. There's really no need to mess around with these unless you wanted to use your own mail server. If you had a secure mail server and you wanted to use that, well, then you would enter your credentials in here and then just save. Okay, so that pretty much covers the configuration tab. The last tab I want to talk about is the admin tab right here. We're going to go into here. Like I stated before, you can set various roles in this software for different users. By default, there's an admin role already available. We can just go in here and look at this. And the permissions for admin are all the permissions: billing, admin, scheduling, exams, and reporting. So let's say we had a front desk person and we didn't want to allow them to have access to certain areas. So we would enter New, and we could call this front desk. And same thing here. And let's say we just wanted to give them access to scheduling. So that's all they would have access to, and we would hit Save. And that creates a second role. Now keep in mind, we would have to go back and add a user, a second user, and while we're adding the user, it's going to ask us the role of that user that we're adding. So we would add the front desk person. They would be assigned a unique username and password, and in the role, you would select the front desk role, and that would just allow them access to the scheduling module. All right, and there it is right there. So to add a new user, we would just click User Management. There's our doctor's name right here, already assigned the admin role. And we would go in and click New. And we could put, that could be our front desk person. And we would assign her a role of front desk. And once again, she could put an email address in there if she chose. Okay, and once we've added this user, we're going to click the Save button. So now when she logs into the application, she's only going to be able to access the scheduling module here, make appointments, and what have you. Run some reports, schedules, whatever have you. So that pretty much covers the configuration and the admin tabs. The next topic we'll be covering will be the scheduling module, and that will be in the next video.